Hello, ghastly ghouls, skeletons, demons, and angels, and everything in between. I'm your host, Disaster, and welcome to the Degeneration Podcast, episode 35, the podcast for the degenerate generation. Here with me is my charming co host, Finley, aka Not DLC. Please
I'm a
introduce yourself.
biochemistry major.
Yes, and you've been working on your homework since you got home.
Yes, correct. Actually, it's a test.
Oh, it's a test. I see.
Yeah. Okay, NO3.
Anyway, as for announcements today, let me think.
Negative.
This week we're going to be playing a lot of Strive. So stay tuned for that. We'll also be playing some Minecraft Monday, and then I think we will play Devil May Cry this week.
Move fast, baby. Don't be slow. Oh.
Either way, Finley, do you have any announcements? I know you were talking about a card game that may be
on
coming
the
out.
19th, or depending on time zones, 20th, whatever. Semantics. I'm going to be streaming the game. In name.
I don't know.
Inscription.
No,
Inscription from beginning to end. Probably not in one stream, but I will be streaming all of it.
You want to tell us a little bit about that? It's not sponsored, but you might as well mention it.
Okay.
This is sponsored by Raid Shadow.
I'm doing NO3 negative, but whatever. Okay, so Inscription is basically a card game, where you're playing D&D against a DM that has kidnapped you, and now you're in a wooden cottage, and you need to play D&D to live, and you're using woodland creatures who probably don't have the souls of, people who have played this before captured inside of the card to forever fight.
So Yu-Gi-Oh!
So Yu-Gi-Oh, but like, but like the villain isn't like some flamboyant rich guy. It's the darkness of evil. And
So
also
Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, kind of.
There you go. Anyway, nitrogen.
Either way, we have a very special episode for you guys because
It's not special.
Today's episode is a family friendly. Yes, the
Oh,
Seiso
yeah.
Generation podcast is today because
No!
here with you we have V the Infodealer. Infodealer
Hello!
V. The guy you'll never
Hello,
know
everybody.
anything actually about. The guy who
6
spreads
times
lies and
3
spreads other
plus
people's
5.
information. It's V the Infodealer.
So 23 total.
Hello, everybody. My name's V the Infodealer. And you might know a little bit more about me soon, but that's confidential.
That's confidential. Anything you hear. Wow.
Here.
Anything you hear here is confidential and may not leave here unless you want to be erased from the existence forever. However, it may not be actual. Maybe misinformation. Who knows?
It could be.
You'll never know.
Maybe.
With
Possibly. You'll never know.
You'll never
Until you do.
Until you do.
Then you will be erased from existence. I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, what'd you say?
We'll take the Men in Black thing and just like shine it in your face.
Oh my gosh! Just like look right over here for a second, please.
Okay, so it needs to share at least 2 bonds.
Please, can you do your test silently?
4.
Please.
There's nothing that shares bonds.
8, 10.
I don't
12,
share
14,
bonds.
16, 18.
I share James Bond, but not anything else.
Oh yeah, I watched that movie. Resonance structure will.
Please, Finley. Please.
It's hydrochloric acid. That's the answer.
I'm gonna pour hydrochloric acid all over you.
OCN.
I will
essential
pour
atom.
O1 on you. Alright, dude.
Essential atom is most likely oxygen.
Anyway, so how are we doing?
Carbon. It's carbon.
I'm doing.
I said, how are we doing?
How are we doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're having an awesome night yourself.
Additional 1.
It's great to hear. It's great to hear you're having a good night.
Yeah, a little bit of a rush, a little bit of weirdness, but otherwise okay.
How come a rush?
It was a rush because I had an hour to race down to the grocery store, grab some stuff, and then come back.
Before this?
And I just realized my music for some reason keeps coming back, and I don't know why.
Speaking of music, I forgot to turn on the background music for the podcast. Don't worry about it, guys.
pairs C.
It'll just be
No one
added into the
cares.
final version. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
I said 2 lone pairs. Don't worry about it.
Couldn't be me.
Increasing FAF.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. Anyway, what have you been doing recently, V?
Recently I've just been working on a couple stuff. Hey Ray, Hibikura, good to see you. Hello. Basically I've been working on the main objective of the end of this year, which is getting to partner, hopefully.
Wait,
Are
you streaming this?
Yes.
Cool.
Should I? Oh shoot! Should I have told you?
Yeah, I would have liked to know that you're
I'm so
streaming.
sorry.
I would have. We've only had one other person in the entire history of the podcast stream
They
it.
fell asleep.
And yeah, now you're cursed, and you're gonna fall asleep at about 11
no.
o'clock.
Oh
Have
no!
fun.
No, actually, it was closer
'Cause
to 11.
We're gonna
10 or
either
11.
be extremely worried for you, or we're gonna make fun of you for the next hour.
Oh no!
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, PCL, okay.
Anyway. So yeah, what have you been doing recently?
Mainly I've been working towards getting toward. Actually, real fast. Do you want me to stop streaming if that's comfortable for you?
No,
Or
you're good. Honestly.
okay.
This time,
I'm sorry,
I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But no, you're fine. I
Okay.
just would have liked to know. But yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, you said you're working towards a affiliate or partner.
Sure,
Oh no. We're working towards partner at the moment. Also trying to work to get my Ko-Fi commissions shop. Trying to get that worked up.
Oh yeah.
So far so good.
Wait,
going pretty
commissions?
Yeah, I do affordable Vroid models for 3D. I do make 2D companions. I can make static or animated.
You do that?
I may
A whole bunch of
have
other
to,
stuff as well.
How quickly
may
can
have
you
to
do that?
toss it.
Wait, what?
How quickly can you do that?
Which one?
The 2D model?
Oh, no, not 2D model, 2D companions.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
I haven't
he
made
does
those
three-
yet.
He does 3D Vroid models. You know the
Yeah.
Tokoro thing that I had? The Tokoro model I had before? Think that, but higher quality. For lack of better term.
Yeah, but I also do other commissions as well. I also do video editing. Yeah, I'm kind of gravitating more toward that more often.
5-7.
Towards
Morning,
doing what
student,
more
good
often?
to see you.
The video
Streaming.
Ah,
No, the streaming more often versus like video editing for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I still video edit some highlights every once in a while. But yeah, that's the main goal. Main goal is by the end of the year become partner. But yeah, basically
goal.
I'm turning this from a hobby to a side business because I need to start making some. Unfortunately, need to start making some money for family reasons.
So forward negative 2.
Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
Do you have clips on TikTok at all?
I do have some clips on TikTok, but I don't entirely trust TikTok. So I post every once in a while.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. It's just I heard so many rumors about like cybersecurity issues on
Ooh.
TikTok. So
Hmm.
I'm just kind of waiting it out until like it's not as new and it's more ingrained and like they're more ready and secure and everything until before I officially start releasing everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard that like TikTok is the biggest thing to grow right now,
Mm-hmm.
but hearing that there's some cybersecurity issues, it's a bit of a risk. You're rolling
Yeah.
the dice real.
8.
Yeah, I mean, I've known some people that have said that they got their accounts hacked, which led to their other accounts being hacked.
Really?
I heard like 2 or 3 people actually got DDoSed, and I was like, okay, that could be a problem. So, yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna post every once in a while, and then once it's more secure, I'll start going with it. But if it doesn't get secure soon, I'm not going to be able to jump in on that.
Fair enough, honestly. Fair enough.
Okay, so we're assuming no
Yeah.
lone pairs.
When it comes to like posting clips and stuff, the thing I've always seen is that like tags, it doesn't really matter the content or anything.
Oh yeah.
But just tags are just like the biggest thing. It's
Oh yeah.
absolutely loading that up with tags.
Oh yeah. Well, the problem is that if somebody sees a post that's just loaded with tags, I feel like they kind of just avert from that a bit. But if you put like appropriate, like on YouTube, they show the first 3 hashtags, like on your title. But then you could add other tags in the background that nobody sees. So I'll just load that up, but then I'll do the top 3. So I kind of do the same thing with my posts. I'll do just the top 3 ones that relate to my stream and the people that will retweet, and then I'm good to go. Usually.
Yeah.
Personal planner, touch or hugel.
I've actually been making, like, I tested the waters on Twitter with that a lot, and I noticed that it didn't really matter whichever if I put tags or not. So I usually just end up putting tags on like my stream stuff, and then anything else I post is just like, okay, here it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I'm doing something that's relevant, like something I want the VTuber community to get involved in, I'll add some tags. But otherwise, if I'm just spitting out words, I'm just spitting out words.
Mm-hmm.
I see Sir Newman is dancing.
It's just like those random posts that you end up posting, like,
yeah.
What did I post the other day? I posted something stupid the other day.
Well, that I got a really bad quiz. Damn it. 22 out of 40. Oh.
Here's a Seiso one. I just put trampolines. Like, that was it.
Just the word trampolines?
Just trampolines. That's it. And they played the music from Snowden in the Undertale soundtrack in the trampoline place. What?
Oh my gosh.
Whatever.
Oh,
it's done.
Thank you, Lazy Eldridge. Hello.
I can
what are we doing tonight? Oh, we're on the Degeneration podcast with Disaster.
Yes.
And his co-host.
Sorry, what's happening? I
completely
zoned out for all of the tests that I just did. What's or quiz, whatever.
We're interviewing V, the info dealer.
Well,
yes.
I know that part. I mean,
Seiso.
Okay.
What we're talking about right now?
I know that part. I mean, like, what are we on?
Content creation stuff. We're talking about Twitter, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like Twitter, but the problem is that I love the VTuber community. Ever since I first got in, I've gotten nothing but great stuff to say about it. I have run into a few scammers and a lot of bots.
Oh, I bet.
But I would have to say, overall, the VTuber community is very safe, because as soon as we figure out who the bad people are, we will instantly just like figure it out and be able to get them out and get everybody safe again.
That comes with like good and bad parts, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the VTuber community is so fast to just axe people.
That is the problem I did find, because I remember I was called out of I think 2 or 3 months ago, actually, maybe 4, by this one random dude, and I was like, hey, this is back when I did shoutouts again, and I would do, hey, shout out to this person, be sure to check them out, because I like to do that. I like to shout out my followers, just random VTubers, and just say, hey, check them out, whatever.
Yeah, I think I actually found you on one of those posts.
Yeah, and this guy was just like, wow, I just unfollowed you and you just shouted me out to try to guilt trip me back. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he said, well, you did it also with some other people. I'm like, I don't understand that. Like, there is coincidence, literally. And
wow, imagine.
Yeah, exactly. And then they just claimed I was botting and that I was doing a bunch of other stuff. I know, and I'm just like, I'm just legitimately happy, and I'm shouting out people. And next thing I know, I lose almost like 500 people.
Really?
Yeah,
wait, 500 followers on Twitter.
Yep, 500
Because of
people just
that.
instantly were like, nope, you're not worth it. And I'm
Oh
like,
my
wait, what? Hold on, what?
God.
And then I actually
So
did
that's
get
why you're here.
Just because you
Yeah.
tried to do something nice.
exactly, and I had to stop
Dang.
shoutouts. Now I do other stuff, but it was bad. Like I actually went into a small depression,
Mhm.
like very slight.
because of
But
that?
because I was
Yeah.
like, 500 people thought I wasn't worth asking to see if it was right or wrong.
Mm-hmm. And they just like
And-
popped off.
Right, and I'm like, why? And then this is the weird thing. He turned it on me because he said, "Wow, you're using bots." And I gotta admit, I was getting a little heated because he threw an accusation at me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, not really, no." And then I said some other things, and then he made it turn around to make it look like I was being super defensive, and that made it look like I was guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So
basically
in
taunted
the
you.
end, yeah, it really just backfired on me. So
God.
I mean, I don't like to use bots because I don't trust them. That's why I believe in organic growth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I went through the follower for follow phase when I was first starting as a
I think we
content
all
creator
had
on
that
YouTube.
phase. I think we all had that phase at some point.
Yeah,
Honestly. And
Yeah,
it's
let's
just not worth it.
yeah. I mean,
It doesn't do
follow
anything.
for follow. Follow
Unless
for
you're
follow is
actually
really
making content like for each other or
Yeah.
like talking, it
Right.
just doesn't do anything.
well, in my opinion, follow for follow is really meant for if you're in the numbers game and you don't care. Like
Oh yeah,
I
if
remember
you're
I
just
was
like doing it
yeah.
to do it type of thing.
just like, hey, look at my numbers. I'm collecting numbers. Ooh, look. I'm just like, okay, that kind of works, but I'm also making content. Do you want to look at the content? Nah, I just want the number. And the worst thing would be when they would follow, and then you would follow, and then it would instantly unfollow. So
They
you
would
don't know
unfollow,
who
yeah.
unfollowed. So I was just getting super stressed about that. And that's actually when I stopped being a YouTuber. And then I saw VTubing, so I just jumped into VTubing, and I didn't do follow for follows, and I'm actually felt better. But when I tried doing the nice things, that's when I just got attacked again. So I'm being a lot more careful. So note to self and note to everyone watching: don't do
Right.
anything that looks like you could be a bot. But also, don't do anything stupid. And if
Yeah.
somebody blames you or accuses you, don't get mad. Whatever you do, because when you're mad, you don't think straight, and when you're irritated, you'll just say whatever. Take a breath, look at what they're saying, and either don't reply to it because it's not worth it, or do a proper reply. Just say, hey, I don't know what's going on, but here's what's going on.
Yeah, I do see a lot of like taunting in
Yes.
this community. Like Matador type taunting.
Yeah. Just
And
like, are you
there's
going to push
there's
the
always
red?
two outcomes. Either
Mhm.
you reply to it and you're the only one who replies to it, and so now you're the bad guy, or everyone jumps on that person and completely axes them.
And they die.
Yeah.
And they like it almost doesn't matter what you're saying.
hmm
It's just whichever side people want to pick.
Yeah.
There was one time that I think everyone remembers that it actually did matter what they were saying. We all jumped on them, which was
Yeah.
remember that one situation where it was like, oh, VTubers shouldn't show their real faces,
Yes.
because
I
this and
remember
that.
that.
and everyone just obliterated them.
Yeah, we're just like, dude.
like,
Because
bro,
here's
what the
my
hell?
thing. Here's my opinion on VTubers. Because I think I've stated this before, but I don't know if I have. Oh,
You don't
Lazy
wanna see
Eldritch
my real
actually.
face.
Yeah. Well, Lazy Eldritch just redeemed it. Ada. So Ada. Okay.
Should we all
So-
do that at us?
If you want to.
Ada.
Nice.
Oh,
Finley, do the-
yeah, I
do
guess
that.
it's me.
Oh, that's a JoJo. Ada.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but my opinion basically on VTubers and showing your face. My opinion on that is basically you become a VTuber because you want to become a VTuber. And there are some people that are like, hey, I don't want to show my face. I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. You might be shy. You might want to do, hey, Chicano, good to see you. Ara, ora.
Ora, ora.
Yes. You might want to show your face. That's perfectly fine. You may not want to show your face for various reasons, either for privacy or because you're shy, which is not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Or I mean, you could say the same thing for mute VTubers, VTubers that don't like their voices and just don't want to show their voice or are actually mute. The whole thing is that it's your choice. You could choose to show your face, not show your face, and you don't have to give an excuse for why you want to show your face or not.
Yeah.
Because that's the option of the freedom. Oh yeah, oh
yeah. So the whole point of VTubing is that you have the option to not do any of that.
Exactly. And
it's just like the difference between PNG tubers and like
other VTubers
and like 2D VTubers. It's like, or just people who don't have an image. Just like you have the option to just use this model or not use the model.
Right.
It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing. Oh yeah,
No.
exactly.
Actually, I might as well just go to Fiverr now, huh?
I mean, you could.
All right, let's go to Fiverr.
So, what were you saying? Sorry, I cut you off a few times.
No, it's all good. Oh, thank you again for that. So my whole thing is, when it comes to PNG, 2D, 3D, whatever, my belief is that there's a system of progression, but there's also a system of balance. So when you first start out, you're most likely going to be a PNG tuber. Then you're going to go to 2D. Then you might go. Actually, it's usually you start as a PNG. Then you can decide if you want to get a 3V Vroid, which is 3D. And then you can escalate to 2D, or you could do vice versa, get 2D and go 3D.
Escalate to 2D.
Exactly, you could. I mean, that's what.
It's funny, but yeah. Well, you escalate from 2D to you 3D to 2D to 3D. It's really weird.
Okay, but how? Okay, but you're removing a dimension. How is that escalation?
Well, if you look at Silverveil, you look at Silverveil and Melody, they got their 2D models and they're still good.
Oh my god.
So
Silverveil's 2D model. My heart can't take it.
I love all their models. But my whole thing is that it doesn't matter where you go or if you stop somewhere. Like, if you want to be PNG forever, good for you. Perfectly fine. And the other thing is you can get other PNGs to create different emotions. You could work it through Discord.
I think that's the biggest
you never
thing.
Know.
It's like, models are expensive. Models are really expensive.
Well, they're only a few $100s. It's fine.
Some of them are a few hundred, some of them are $1,000.
Like, mine was on the cheaper side, and I paid $300.
Jeez, I spent $200. But then I had to do rigging, so that was $300. So yeah. But basically, right now, I like my 2D model. I don't mind it, but I feel constricted because I like to move. I like to interact. So having a 2D model is somewhat restrictive in a way, but it's still fun. But my future goal, I'm actually trying to work with Rococo, a company for full body motion capture. And I'm trying to get a full body 3D model of Vtheinfodealer that I can start using.
Ooh, kind of like a Snuffy type thing?
Kind of, but more actual 3D, like Melody. Like, I'm trying to go Project Melody level. Like, that's my aspiration. She's the top level of that. And really, I still like 2D. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to still use 2D for YouTube in the future. Like, I'd like to have it where I have items for everything, for every utility, everything in its place.
Yeah.
So for YouTube, I'll probably do 2D, and then everything else 3D. That kind of thing.
This is Oh, okay. So SLR TTV. Your name was. Let me look it up before I get your name wrong.
Wait, hold on.
Mike,
I just remembered.
Wait,
Mike here, SLR, asks who's your hot friend.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What happened?
This is Vtheinfodealer.
Wait, what? Wait, I didn't hear it. What was that? What did they say?
Mark, aka SLR TV, asks who's your hot friend.
I'm Vtheinfodealer. How you doing?
Hello.
Lazy Elder says, spent 2 years and $60 of mine went 3D off the bat. Probably should have done one first. Yes. To be honest, Vroid is the entry point for a lot of VTubers because it's a free VTuber model.
It's easy.
And I don't shame anyone for it.
It's really easy. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The program sucks. The
Yes,
program
it
is
does.
horrible.
Yeah, like I hate it because I'm like, dude, my guy looks chonky with the
Yo,
stomach.
Mastis, let's go. Hey, Mastis, what is up? This is the Seiso episode of the Degeneration podcast featuring Vtheinfodealer.
Hello.
Thank
I
you,
want your
Dustin
info.
Farn and Mastis.
Give it
for
to me
the
now. But yeah, back on that matter though, 3D, I feel like 3D for me is a step up. And a lot of people that have Vroid, when they get a live 2D, that's their step up. So it really depends on your experience and what you have at first.
Yeah, honestly.
Because
Honestly,
like,
I
already
mean,
gave
you could
my
do the
info.
same
Give me
thing
more.
as, like, if you feel restricted, like, you could do the same thing as my friend Riptide. He has a PNG, 2 PNGs, a 3D model, a 2D model, and he does webcam.
Oh my gosh.
Like, he does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And people are still here for it.
Well, my thing is that there are some people that have said, because I've shown some IRL pictures of my face,
Mhm.
and if you go to my YouTube, you can see my 18-year-old full face. But I'm 23 now, so I've changed a bit, except for some elements. But I'm considering doing IRL streams as a redeem. Like, hey, for a certain donation amount, you can see my IRL face, and we'll do an IRL stream. So I don't know. People said I look nice, so I'm thinking of doing a balance just to see how it works out. Because I remember like there's a lot of people saying VTubers are muscling in on the streamer community, blah blah blah, threat, war. I know, and I'm like, they're the same thing.
Okay, well, I mean, the regular streamers versus the VTubers, they're in their own like thought process, they're not wrong, but in like the thought process of everyone else, that's stupid.
I know,
and no
right?
one cares.
And that's why I'm like, I wanted to be the bridge between VTuber and streamer, but then I don't know how to go about that, so I'm still trying to figure that out.
Honestly, I'd probably ask Riptide.
Probably.
He's a very cool guy.
What would be a
He's a degenerate like me, so.
Hey, what was the question? Somebody asked a question?
No, shh. There was no question. I'm talking to myself about masks.
Oh.
I need to find a
VTuber
mask,
idea.
a really good mask.
Oh, for your model or for IRL?
A model. I'm trying to think of a really good mask, you know?
Oh, well, I am opening up commissions at Halloween 2D masks that you can put on as an asset.
Fantastic, but it's also part of the character.
Well,
Actually,
I can't help you there. I can't help you there.
I'm commissioning it, but I need like a mask.
Honestly, Finley, if you're going full VTuber, I'd recommend like you get your image, and then you could just ask Danae to rig it for you.
Yeah,
but I need the 2D image by like a few days from now, so I'm ordering someone who I trust.
2 days? 2 days is a very small window.
That's a very small window.
You do not understand. I trust this person's delivery.
Disaster feature. Hey, we don't talk about that.
Hey.
I got a, in quotes, 5-day delivery in like 16 hours.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can get it faster, but like most artists are gonna take their time.
They just decided to do it quicker. Yeah.
Also, speaking of IRL streams, I do have a redacted challenge, which is me doing webcam or face cam, and
just blurring your face.
No.
Oh.
And telling a bunch of embarrassing stories. So.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. So,
oh dear.
I
have a redeem just called Confess.
Confess your sins. God.
I ate
Be
a
fair.
chocolate bar.
Oh God.
On a
Marcus
diet.
cheering for the shirt off.
Oh no.
Oh God. This is family friendly. You get 1 second. There we go.
You get 1 second.
You get half a
I'm
second.
not sure what does. Okay, so Noel,
Yes.
in your opinion, a JoJo style or just like a typical anime style?
Typical anime style.
I don't
Okay.
feel like JoJo style fits you.
That's true.
Oh, it's very
Unfortunately.
the JoJo face is very unique to a very unique set of people. I had to turn on my ring light because my lights are not normal. Anyway,
You foolish.
But yeah, so also speaking of VTuber contacts, if you look on the right here in the author's lounge, you have a lot of people you can talk to if you need tips about like anything.
So Noel has been spending the past year and a half networking, and
oh,
then he goes to sleep, and then he wakes up, and then he networks, and then he goes to sleep, etc.
Hey, don't call me out like that.
Hey,
so
Don't call me
hey,
out like that.
that's like all
Disaster.
that's actually all
Disaster.
he's been doing for a long time.
Disaster, you know what I'm gonna say?
What am I gonna say?
Give me your network.
Give me
Give me your info.
Okay. You take your eyes and you look
Okay.
slightly to the right where it says streamer/content creators. All right. And you go
Okay.
down that list and you click on one. See
That's it.
where I'm going here? Yep. There you go. There you
Oh
go.
my gosh.
Any of these purple names? That's Yep. There you go.
I have my information. You have paid your info tax.
My info tax. I got a tax to be here.
Yes.
God.
His own
In my own.
podcast?
You came into my house. Into my
You came into
podcast
my house.
to
You
tax me.
disrespected my room. You ate my ham. Wait, what? Never mind.
You
Uh,
ate my hamster. All right. I think you were gonna say hamburger, but hamster sounds so much funnier.
I did not eat your hamster. I absorbed it and turned it into physical data.
So you ate it.
I prefer consumed, downloaded.
So you ate.
I prefer downloaded.
You sound like Chrome. Give me your RAM. Just give me your RAM. Just mugging
Give me your RAM. You do
Straight
not
up
have a
mugging
choice. Give me your RAM.
you. You don't have a choice. That's why I switched to Opera.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I use Opera too. Thing is, I heard
I am on
Opera.
Opera.
Yeah. The thing is,
Yeah.
I heard Opera had some security issues, but they fixed it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I mean,
I'm
it
back
was
on.
new, so
Yeah.
it was very.
I mean,
it's
they're
like,
doing
it's
good
very
now.
They have a
It's just-
VPN.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that VPN.
They have a
The thing is
VPN, they
that
have, like, ad
I've
blockers
learned
and
to
stuff.
not trust Google as much, unfortunately. I mean, I still use Google Docs and
Yeah.
stuff. I just don't use the browser anymore.
Hmm.
So I just don't trust anything that they do
Chrome-
anymore.
Chrome is just it.
It's
it
also
just
kind of looking
consumes
outdated.
My PC.
Yes, it just takes your CPU and is like, your
It just goes-
computer's gonna die.
And then my CPU's gone, and then my
Mhm.
my RAM's gone. So
I gotta tell you, when I was first doing YouTube for streams, and I was doing it off of Google, my stream would just shatter
oh yeah,
and
I've had
break
that
every
problem.
time. And I was just like, why? I had to turn off my
General's Canal says
OneDrive.
Yukai? You
Because
want
OneDrive was
explain?
taking up space. I was like, whatever.
OneDrive? Yeah,
Computers are stupid, but they're still helpful.
yeah. It is a little bit of a oingo boingo,
Uh,
for lack of a better term. Man, I'm struggling to replace all of my my degenerate vocabulary. for
Oh,
the sake
dear.
of the stream.
you need a swear jar where you just gotta
Oingo
just
boingo.
start a thing. Oh, by the way, let's see. Oh, you know what? I had an idea and I lost it. So
Why sexy?
I'm gonna
hot
let-
friend only have
I'm going to
'Cause that's
I'm
how
going to
good
let
yours
you
is.
take over, Disaster. I'm gonna.
What's happening?
Do you have any? You got anything else?
What's happening?
I had an idea. It disappeared. So I'm letting
Oh.
you be the fall guy to create a new topic.
actually, I have a few questions that I have actually
yeah.
already asked you, but
Uh-oh.
the people in the back of the class, we should restate that.
No,
So,
people in the back of the class, listen up.
Hi, it's me.
how'd you really get into VTubing or like content creating? Did you have any inspirations?
Okay, so I want to say 3 years ago is when I officially started on YouTube. I was just a small YouTuber because I was looking at Markiplier and I was looking at
Yeah.
oh my gosh, who was it? Jacksepticeye and 8-Bit
Oh, yeah.
Ryan, all these people. And I'm like, I could do that.
I wanna
my
do that.
my optimistic self said I could do that. And the next thing I know, I got a YouTube channel, and then I started the follow for follow, and I was
Oh my
go
god.
so well.
Was that conversation? Okay, no. That conversation was after we started. Okay.
Ah.
I was trying to figure out.
Then-
Wait, was that after we started or before we started?
I don't know.
God.
But basically, for 2 years, I just did the follow for follow as a YouTuber. Actually, no. I did YouTubing for 2 years. I did the follow for follow for about a year until I realized it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a year off of follow for follow, and I was able to get to 1,000 subs, but I just had no community. And I was like, oh my gosh, how's this going to work? So I wanted to quit YouTubing, so I actually quit YouTubing for about 2 months. And I said it was a long hiatus, but I was consider quitting. And I saw VTubing, because I had no idea what the heck VTubing was. And I found HoloLive, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. What is this? And I remember, who was it? It was, gosh darn it. It was either Subaru or Pecora that I first saw. And then I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Okay, so Ray Zero or Legend of Korra.
Legend of Korra.
Honestly,
Okay.
most likely Pecora. Honestly, because
Yeah.
she is, I think of 2020 or 2019. She was
Oh.
one of the most viewed female streamers of the
Yeah.
entirety in streaming.
Okay.
That and
so,
the Kite Show.
Yeah, Coco.
Yeah,
by the
Coco.
way,
Coco.
by Korra, I thought you meant the character Korra from Legend of Korra.
Did you- wait,
and
did
by
you actually-
Subaru, I thought you meant Ray Zero's protagonist.
Wait, like
Subaru.
actually?
Ah,
Yes, I 100%
Oh,
did.
that wasn't a joke.
And I said
Wow.
out loud the protagonist of Legend of Korra and Subaru, the protagonist of Ray Zero.
No. We were talking about HoloLive.
no.
Yeah, for a sec, I was a little
Oh my
confused
gosh.
there.
Blanked out real quick.
I'm sorry. I'm almost done with my VTuber thing.
Okay.
Well, then I found Melody, and I was like, holy cow, okay. But then that's when I just was like, okay, how do I get into this? And now for the past 7 to 8 months, actually, we're almost to a year. I've almost been a year of a VTuber.
Really?
Wait,
Wait,
and
so
then,
you started VTubing after HoloLive English debuted?
yes, I was there when they first started, and I was like, oh, I can finally jump in on this.
Dang. Yeah,
Yeah, it was fun.
Did I? Yeah, I started VTubing after HoloLive debuted too. Just because I saw like Maury Calliope in them, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god. I was also like, oh my god, I can do this. They're English. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, that was actually a major pusher for me to debut, like officially. And just like, hey, can I get there at that time? Because once they start understanding English, like English VTubers officially,
OP.
and start populating the Western,
And
that's when we
the
get noticed.
That's when the VTuber boom like hit.
yeah.
Like after HoloLive's English debut.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even with HoloLive, just period, there were already people growing. But once HoloLive English came around, there was a big boom.
Yeah,
Like
no,
a
that's when
big
like the
boom.
actual full VTuber boom.
Yeah.
Because we
And then
we already had
and then V-Shoujo came
companies.
in.
We had companies like
Niji
Kizuna Eyes
Sanji.
Company, Niji Sanji, HoloLive. Like we had all of those, but they were Eastern oriented.
Yeah. Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was also ID Indonesia, a few of those. I still feel bad that HoloLive China shut down, especially with what China is going through right now. So.
I mean, based on what I know, I don't really feel bad for them.
No.
But yeah, no, I don't
Uh-oh.
feel bad.
I think I might have to research a little bit more. I don't have the info on that.
It's a wild situation.
Oh dear.
It's pretty wild. I'm not gonna go into it because I don't know. I don't even know if everything I know is completely accurate. But it's it's some wild stuff.
Wait, sorry, something's happening with China. What?
No. We were talking about
HoloLive
CN.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and why they no longer exist anymore.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
No, we shouldn't talk about that on stream for completely unrelated reasons.
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
true. Fair enough.
All right. Then I did see something about Hollow Stars being let go to start their own thing.
Wait,
I heard rumors of Hollow Star because I was like, "Hey, I want to get into Hollow Live and try my hand." They're like, "Well, you can't do that because it's all female, but you can always do Hollow Stars." I looked at Hollow Stars and I was like,
when was the last time?
Huh.
Why isn't there any Hollow Stars English?
I don't know, but I'm angry at that. I'm angry at that because I'm like, give us a chance.
Like literally, Niji Sanji has. I think Niji Sanji has a male member who has like broke streaming records recently.
Yeah.
As like a Japanese streamer. I think, based on what I heard.
Yeah, but my whole thing is,
like, why?
Is that
they can make so much money.
Yes, add EN, and then allow men to join in, please. I beg of you.
Yeah, have
we need to be broken. We need to break in.
They already have 3 generations of HoloLive English by technicality.
For
HoloLive. But they have no male English cast. And it's weird. I don't understand. Yago.
That's why
you could be making so much money.
Oh my gosh. That's why I'm trying to start my own VTuber group.
Ayo.
Everyone keeps doing
Actually,
this.
wait. I don't know if you want to talk about this.
Okay,
if you don't want to talk about this, it's completely fine. Like, I will completely understand if you just ignore my question and move on.
Okay.
I have a few questions about the 404 Foundation.
Do
you mind elaborating?
Foundation. Yeah, sure.
Okay, because it's been on my mind for a while, and like since I started talking to you, I was like, I don't really want to bring that up because it's probably a sore spot or something. But
oh no, not at all.
So, what happened with that? Okay, first start out with what was the 404 Foundation for the people in the back.
Oh yeah, no, this is that guy. Oh right.
Yeah, this is V.
Yeah, hi. Hello.
No, I'm aware. Sorry, we were talking like a few days ago about like specifically that. So yeah, it's just curious.
Oh, because my friend was trying to start somewhat of a group, and I pointed him over in your direction. I didn't fully, but I told him like you could talk to this guy because he has experience in that. But
yeah,
and so yeah, that's why he's asking the question. He just wants to
Yeah,
I want to know what happened.
That was back when I was NOR 404, which I call the error phase.
Oh wow,
that went well.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's like depressing or if that's like supposed to be cool. What?
Well, the reason I did NOR 404 is because I had my old computer and it was glitching a lot, and I say my 404 domain shut down or whatever. You know, I tried to make it part of my lore.
Character.
Yeah, so if anybody got angry at it, I would just say, hey, the 404 hit. So, but basically, what happened with the 404 Foundation was I was just doing a thing, and I had this one guy that would stream with me. I can't remember his name. Well, he didn't stream with me; he was a viewer. But then we later found each other on Twitter. I always get those mixed up. And then we found each other and we just chatted a little bit. And he was under 18. I didn't know that. But basically what he did was he said, we just chatted for a while. Then he got together with another guy, and they started chatting. And I introduced a thing where I was like, "Hey, I am like pretty decent right now. I kind of think I want to make a VTuber group, and I want to call it like the 404 something, like incorporate the 404."
Mm-hmm.
So then a few months later, I get a random DM saying, "Hey, it's me. I'm with this other guy, and we want to co-found a group, like a VTuber group." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. What are you calling it?" And they're like, "Well, we're gonna call it the 404, whatever it was." Like there was an initial idea. And I'm like, "Oh, that was gonna be the name of my group, right?" And he said, "Well, yeah, you got rid of it, right?" "Yeah," and I did at the time say, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna continue with that idea. I want to kind
So
of be singles."
they kind of just assumed the idea was up for grabs.
Yeah, and it technically was. So I didn't really feel that bad about it. And then they said, "We want you to be another co-founder, so we could be 3 founders of this 404 thing." I'm like, because in the back of my head, I'm thinking, yeah, because I'm the only one with the 404 actually in my name.
Yeah.
But whatever. So I said, yeah, let's do it. And then we went around with some ideas. Then we came out to the SCP Foundation. We chopped off SCP, just put 404 Foundation, and we just did applications. And in the end, we ended up with people from different time zones. And then we divided up the different time zones so that each member, like not each member, but there were the 3 co-founders, and each co-founder was a leader of a time zone. And we had like, I don't remember how many people. I think over 10 people that joined in.
There were quite a few members.
Yeah, there were a few members, and they got time zoned. And it worked out for a while. It was kind of not junky, more like I don't know how to say it. Janky. That's the word I'm looking for. Janky. It didn't fit well quite often. Like we couldn't collaborate properly. We couldn't really get time zones properly lined up. Communication was I mean, I was still in communication with 2 people, Doxygen and Raka. Very good play. Very good people. Very fun. The other guy, Najin, he was fun. But I don't think he was in it for the long haul. Honestly, I think he was just there to be there. And he was nice. He was great. But overall, this one guy, the underage guy, which we found out was actually underage, he was the one kind of spearheading everything and trying to push for everything to be done. Because I kind of wanted to be a shadow leader. Because I've discovered that I'm not... I like to do what I'm doing. But in terms of leadership, I'm just like the one that's like in the shadows that you occasionally just approach and say, "Hey, should we do this, that, and the other thing?" I'll go, "Yeah."
Kind of like an advisor.
Kind of like an advisor and like a consultant, that kind of thing. But I like to have like organization set up where I can be the person you come to and just like I'm there as a leader. But as a co-leader, I just really didn't feel like it was going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it just really was. And then I got notifications from a few other people that the underage guy was doing some stuff. I'll just say that stuff. And that he was underage, and that there was going to be some issues if it ever went business-wise. So in the end, I basically was like, "Hey, I don't know how this is going." Overall, my experience was negative. I mean, I was having fun with collaborations. It was good. But overall, I didn't see it really going anywhere. That's the problem. If I don't see it's going anywhere, I'll hand over the reins. Like, I gave my position up to someone else, like another member. And I think that member left in the end. So the Discord of 404 is still up. I think the 404 YouTube is still up, but we're not uploading it. They're not uploading anything anymore, as far as I know.
Gotcha.
Or even a group. Really, we didn't really crumble. We more or less just faded.
It just went out with a whisper.
Yeah, really. And I mean, I feel like there were a lot of good people involved, but we didn't have a good grasp of what to do. Hey, Tigerback, good to see you. Hello. But overall, the 404 Foundation was just that, a 404. It was an error. in my opinion.
Hmm.
We just didn't have what it took to be permanent. And we didn't really have communication that was very good either. So, I mean, I like the members. The members were good, but overall, That's just my opinion. It was a meh. It was another meh.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really wasn't anything negative except for that one instance with the underage guy.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was a decent but boring experience.
It was a
That's really what I
lot
can
more
call
exciting
it.
from the outside type of thing.
Right. It sounded like it could be something bigger, but it didn't go anywhere. And I actually had like 3 people leave. 3 people left the foundation before I did, and they just said, "I don't see it going any further." And I
And they
agreed. That's why I
They
mainly
just
left.
up and left.
Well, they didn't up and leave because we actually had policies that we included, and I like policies. But one of the things was tell us when you're leaving, and if you can, tell us why, so that we can correct it, fix it, whatever. Because in my opinion, communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
So if we know why they left, it'll give us an ability to fix like what was left. And that they just said it wasn't going anywhere. They didn't feel comfortable or whatever, or they were just stagnant. So yeah, that's basically what it's at.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then it just ended basically. I mean, I'm not in contact with the Jin anymore. Kind of want to get intact with him again. It was fun playing with him.
I kind of
but
wish
Raka-
I watched some of the members before before it all dissolved.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun with Raka, Doxygen, and a few other people. But actually, I do remember there was one other guy. I see him every once in a while. We chat, but we don't really play together. We probably should because I remember him. He was nice.
Who's Chisai?
Chisai?
Yeah, I mean, not. I don't think it's Chisai, but who was the person that was the like gender fluid person?
I don't remember.
I feel the gender fluid person with the pink hair. The, like swap between forms. Because I think that was the only person I ever ended up talking to. Akira.
Something with an A. But he was the second co-leader. Hey, Tiger Bat. Wait, what did I miss? Oh, we're talking about the 404 Foundation. My old group that I co-founded.
Is that the underage person?
That was the underage one.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
And he's the one that got this stuff that I was notified about, so...
Mm-hmm. I feel like that was the only person I ever, like, ended up talking to, because I talked to a few people when I first joined, and then I ended up getting so busy with my other stuff that I didn't really interact with the 404.
Yeah, well, the problem with that is once you get a big group together, communication becomes harder.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with, like, the growing schedules, it's difficult to work with, which is why I stepped away. But now that I feel like I've had people say, I don't know where they're getting this concept, but they've said that I've become a cornerstone of the VTubing community. They really appreciate me and all this stuff. I'm like, hey, what do you know? This is going on. So I'm looking to create a group, but I might put it on pause. I'm not entirely certain because I can't do this as a one-man show. I'm realizing I can't.
Like,
I
why
can't
do you
just
think
say,
Hollow Live
"Hey,
literally
I
has
want to make a group"?
Literally has Hollow like managers for individual streamers that only stream like one time a week.
Exactly.
Like,
and
it's a lot.
Well, they stream for a long time, once a week.
Yeah, that's fair.
And but that's why I'm like, you know what? I do want to make a VTuber group. I would love to make a VTuber group, but I can't do it alone. So until I get a proper staff that I trust and that I want to work with, and have somewhat similar ideals to me, so there's not a lot of conflict, then I would love to go forward with my plan. And I already have the name, V Network, aka VNet. It'd be kind of like a VTuber reality TV show. in a way. Because we are the network. That's basically what it would be. But if I just do it alone, I feel like it would just fade out again. Because I would have no control. I would have no idea of what was going on.
It's such a difficult thing. And like when it comes to you being a cornerstone, honestly, for my personal VTubing experience, you like on Twitter, you basically were kind of like a cornerstone of sorts. Like you weren't the biggest, you weren't the smallest, but you were like
I was there.
Felt like you were there holding things together. And that was actually it was really interesting to see.
Yeah, and I mean, I still do that every once in a while, but ever since that guy just shouted at me and was like, ah, I kind of had to pull back and just take a back seat, really, and just tone everything down.
Yeah. Also,
like,
thank you for the
I want to. Really, I do want to go on Twitter and just start shouting people out, welcoming people. Like I call myself a V greeter.
Yeah.
Like I like to greet the new VTubers, and I like to welcome them in and give them information and direct them towards the right location and celebrate in their accomplishments. I still do that, but I want to do it more often, more loudly, do it more actively to make myself be seen more, but also to show other people, hey, these people exist, see them. But now, anytime I think about doing that and just going crazy,
that situation comes up.
I'm just, I'm afraid of just being said, hey, you're a bot. I'm like, I'm not a bot. I'm real, pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still trying to be a cornerstone.
I have a similar thing where when I first started VTubing, I was a lot more like a lot more open with what I said, a lot more like flirtatious on Twitter and stuff like that. But now that I've gotten a little bit bigger, things have happened. Episode 23 happened, which we don't talk about.
It never happened, by the way.
It never happened. To mention. There's no evidence of it, therefore it never happened.
Yeah.
But because of all like stuff happened, I'm a lot more careful what I say to certain people.
Oh yeah.
It's like I don't want a situation like that to happen again, because that situation with certain people really limited who I could talk to. Like I can't talk to certain people on Twitter or anything because I'm like, what if they bring up that situation and it's gonna be really awkward? I just don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
So I'll just like comment on their posts.
I've actually been told every once in a while that apparently when I talk or when I do a conversation, I might have come off as flirtatious, like even when I talk or type. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not flirting. But the problem is,
I've never gotten that from you personally.
I don't know why, but it turns out that apparently people think that whenever I talk, type, or do whatever, in some circumstances, I get flirtatious, or I sound like I'm flirtatious, and I'm just like, I'm not flirting with you. I'm trying to hold a conversation with you.
I'm just trying to be a good person.
Well, then also, apparently, like, it's whenever I get excited. Like, whenever, like, I'm talking with someone or something is occurring, and it's like, I'm excited about it, I'll get, like, this flirtatious vibe or start talking that way. I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. I'm enjoying your presence. That's really what it is, if they want to be honest. I'm happy that there's someone that's having fun with me, and I'm having fun with them, and we're enjoying the situation.
Yeah, they just.
And I'm just like, that's it.
Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that is the ups and downs of the VTuber community. Is I can't speak. You should be able to speak your mind, but you need to be careful what you say. Like I remember I said this one thing that could be translated as political. I said this one political thing, and I was slammed.
Really?
I was like, okay, politics, not appearing in VTubing, not gonna happen.
Oh yeah, especially not in VTubing. Oh my god,
no. It's
they
bad.
blow that
Yeah.
up when it comes to politics.
Mm-hmm. Well, my whole thing is the whole point of Twitch and VTubing and everything else is escapism. You're really escaping reality to just relax, enjoy, listen to what's going on. Just don't look at the outside. You come from the outside to go to the inside to not look at the outside. And I do want to say some things every once in a while that I feel like the VTuber community don't want to hear or wouldn't like. So I just keep it in. I don't say anything.
That's a big reason why this podcast exists. I feel like there's a lot of negativity surrounding things that there shouldn't be negativity surrounding.
Yeah, it's desensitization.
It's gatekeeping, really. Like, the VTuber community is positivity only, and it's only this and only that, and every once in a while when there's something sad, you have to say something sad, or you have to whatever. And
you have to be on the side of the community's moral high ground.
Well, the scary thing is that, okay, this is going to be a little bit interesting, but my mom, when she was younger, she wasn't really brought into a cult, but it was really a movement called the positivity movement or something else. But there was this whole thing where if you believed positive, you were always positive. No matter what happened, you were positive. Positive, 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 positive. If you showed any form of negativity, your life would be in shambles. So you have to be positive.
Oh my God.
And it was just
basically like brainwashing.
Yeah, it was like everything is okay. You know that meme where there was that dog
there is no
in fire?
Warren Bossing say.
Yeah, basically. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. But basically, it was that whole concept of the dog sitting at his table with his coffee while his house burns down and going, everything's okay. Yeah, but the house still burns down. You'll eventually die from that.
Just because you think everything's okay doesn't mean everything's okay.
Exactly. And that's why whenever something bad happens to me, I'm not looking for sympathy when I type it out. I'm informing you, hey, something bad happened or something negative happened, and this might be something to look out for, or this might be a reason why you won't see me for a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be positive. Me during basic training. Yeah, I love hating myself. Oh my gosh, Tiger Pat.
Oh my God.
The
Yeah.
sad thing is...
I finished everything, so I can finally participate fully.
Nice.
I've ordered it, so I should probably get it. Maybe even tomorrow, honestly. He's a really good artist.
Ooh, nice.
There you go. Yeah, the whole thing is really... It's a toxic environment. It's because if you're positive all the time, as soon as you get something super negative that affects you, you're going down hard. You fall off that building.
Yeah, because you're not used to it.
Yeah, you're so used to the positivity that you become addicted to it. And then when something super negative hits you, you don't know how to handle that.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that's what a lot of VTubers experience. They experience all the greatness of the VTuber community, but as soon as something negative hits, which often is caused by somebody else or a mistake, they just fall flat on their face and delete their account and leave. I can't tell you how many times a day I wake up and I see some people that I followed or some people that followed me just leave and disappear.
Just disappear.
And just never appear again.
It's
basically in between optimistic and depression. Yeah, oppression. I call it oppression.
Oh my God,
no. Society.
I mean, that's basically what it is.
You're gonna take off the Potemkin mane. Don't do it.
It's oh my God. Okay.
He's gonna start shouting about society.
That's the thing about like the VTubing community is that we come to this place where we can all be our like quote unquote inner selves to escape our society, but we now have created another society. It's like anarchy. It's like okay, the anarchists take the bad people out of power.
Exactly.
But where does the power go?
Who's in power? The anarchist.
Yeah, the funny thing about creating a group to get away from a group is that you just traded one group for another.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I kind of want to create, instead of a group, it's more of an association.
I mean, if you make the group something
is-
that you want to be a part of regardless.
Yeah.
Like
But
if
here's
it's
what I see it as, and I apologize for interrupting, but
no, it's fine.
here's what I see it as. Reality is the universe.
Hmm.
The VTubing world is a galaxy. It's a vast empty space filled with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A VTuber is an asteroid or whatever.
Yeah,
And
but
a
honestly,
VTubing group
yeah,
is a planet or something. You're
Sure.
still in the VTuber community, but you're in a group.
Hmm.
So you're a planet. You're an entity in that universe. So
Yeah.
really, the real thing is I don't know where I was going with this. I thought I had a plan to end it, but
No,
what
no,
I'm
no,
I think
keep
I think
going.
what it is like we are in a constant vacuum of emotion and a state of we want to be free to do whatever we want, not be affected by the outside world or by whatever authority and whatever. But then when we join a group because we feel like we need to be a part of a group so that we have some form of stability, we instantly create a form of power, rules, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rule of the universe. That is the rule of the galaxy. That is the rule of the VTuber
things.
world.
That's
Right.
just how it
But-
is.
Exactly. So there is no real freedom. The only thing you have is creative freedom. You can't avoid rules. You can't avoid anything, really. And I think that's why a lot of people gravitate to joining a VTuber group. They don't want to be in the vast vacuum of space anymore. They want to join a planet.
There's
They
a
want to
few
become
reasons,
something.
but that is definitely
Yeah.
like one of the biggest ones. I think the
Yeah,
other
they
one
would-
is that people who to use one of the right choices,
Alien.
which is like because it drives it basically drives a viewership vacuum,
Right.
which allows everyone to grow better.
Tiger Bet's like soon we'll have actual aliens posing as VTubers.
Honestly.
No, it's fine. It's fine. The aliens are allowed in our community because technically it's a separate community.
They want to form Captain Planet.
Don't
oh my
call,
gosh.
Don't call me out like that, Tiger Bat. God.
Also,
basi-
Noel,
Yeah.
Noel, you want to tell me something, buddy?
Everyone
I've
already
seen-
knows.
I've seen you a
Everyone
few
already
times.
knows.
Is that a hired actor?
No, that's just the body I inhabit.
Oh.
Okay, that's okay. Sure.
Yeah.
When it's not just lore anymore.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna call him out because you need to be called out. Oh my gosh.
Look, I just want to be among the humans, man. I just
Oh
wanna
my
be happy.
gosh. But really, that's the real issue. I actually have to call it as it is. It's an issue. That when a VTuber there's a new VTuber, they have jumped out of their space capsule and they're floating through VTuber space.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, here's the thing: Project Melody, Zentreya, Iron Mouse, Neanners, they were all independent until they formed VShojo, and now they're even more massive than they were before.
Yes.
Zentreya,
it
Melody,
works.
Silverveil, they were all their own individual planet. That's the thing that you have to consider. They were their own individual planet before they even joined the group. They were that big.
Mm-hmm.
So people aspire to reach the big on their own as an indie. But when they realize, it's not working, that's when they want to gravitate towards a planet to get the viewers to boost. And that's the mentality that really breaks a VTuber group. When you realize they're there for the views, not for the community, not to talk with other members. Just say, hey, yeah, I'm part of the group. Okay, watch my stuff exclusively.
Yeah.
That's what I hate.
It's like you're not trying to help the other people around you grow. You're
Yeah.
not doing this right. Yeah,
And to be
you gotta
honest,
help the
I
other people
actually-
grow so that you can grow. If you're just looking
Exactly.
at it numbers.
Right. And I gotta admit, I was having that issue before when I was younger. I would go, hey, join. And I'd be like, oh man. And nowadays, I'm just like, hey, I want to shout out these people that actually deserve to be shouted out. to actually look through these people.
Yeah.
But please look at me as well if you can. That'd be great. That's the problem, is that when you try to promote other people and you try to self-promote at the same time, a lot of people tend to see that as using the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I try not to do that. I don't want to use other people to benefit me. But I do want to say, like, hey, I do exist, but here's these other people as well that exist. I want to shout them out as well.
Yeah, and it's this balance that someone has to have when they're actually like doing something like that. You have to keep into account like how much am I promoting myself versus how much am I promoting these other people, and can I keep that separate to where they can work. Also,
that's
thank
the
you for
thing, is
instruction
that-
to hydrate.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I first started this thing, before I got attacked or whatever, because I like to call it an attack. But before I did that, I would say, my friend such and such, blah, blah, blah. Say make it possessive.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, I just say, happy birthday to hashtag VTuber such and such. And then at the top, I'll just put like hashtag Vtheinfo. It's coming from me to this person. It's a letter, but it's mainly about them, their event. But they can see, oh, wait, who posted this? Oh, Vtheinfo. Who's that? Me. There you go. That's it. But that's the thing. You tread a very fine line when you promote someone and you still try to get recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I've had to ride that line a lot.
It kind of feels like conflict of interest sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, I try to keep my conflict of interest very, very low, because really what I'm doing...
You're human.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I assume.
You assume, hopefully, maybe. I could be.
Maybe.
But really...
I mean...
There's a possibility.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Sorry.
That's all good. But really, I do want to contact people because I want to meet people. My main reason for shouting people out is so I can get seen by them, and I can be seen by others. Also, they can be seen by others, and then I can interact with everybody involved in that, and they can interact with everybody in that. I get to meet more people. I can collaborate with more people. They can meet more people. They can collaborate with more people. Equal interest. That's my thing.
God. That's the worst thing about like trying to collab with someone or like trying to contact someone who has a bigger, like a slightly or maybe bigger fan base than you. It's like, okay, how close can I get these numbers without them thinking I'm using them?
Yes. And I mean, here's the thing. I have actually added, if nobody knows what that is, it's when you use the @ symbol on Twitter, and that's actually when somebody gets shout out and they get notified. I have added Zentrea, Iron Mouse, Project Melody, everybody on VShojo, a few people on Hollow Live. I've added them not often, but sometimes. And the reason for that is because I'm like, hey, I'm just saying I'm here and I'm attributing something to you, mentioning you. And, I'm hoping eventually I'll be able to be seen by them actually and just go like, oh, this looks like a nice person. And I try to pop into their streams, say hey, but of course I'm always drowned out. So, but my thing is that I would love to collaborate with VShojo. And I would love to collaborate with other people and other groups like Hollow Live. But mainly Hollow Live and VShojo would be a great thing I would love to collaborate with.
Oh, yeah.
But as there's a few people that have said, talk to these people. Just talk to them as normal. And I'm
like, how do I do that?
I'm like,
okay, but you don't understand.
You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Because here's the thing, is that their managers are the ones looking at the Twitter.
Yeah.
Their managers are the ones looking at Twitter saying, can you reply? Can you be seen? Will they be told about this? Whatever.
It's like,
because really, because
talk to these people.
I mean,
yeah, sure.
Guys,
I could just send them a letter.
Yeah, exactly. Just direct. Because here's the thing: is that really when you're in a group. Yeah, but when you're in a group, when you're in VShojo or Hololive, your managers get everything first.
Mm-hmm.
I actually believe they write posts. At least in a Hololive sense, they write posts. Especially Japan, they write the post.
They write some of the posts.
They do write some stuff. Yeah, that is their own. But when it comes to something official, their managers are going to tell them what to write.
Mm-hmm.
That's my belief, and they're also going to control what they see.
Yeah.
So
They
if you
kind
say
of control the flow of information both in and out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an info dealer, I demand my information is told.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but also no.
Yes.
Exactly. And like, what's it called? Oh my god. Okay, so I actually have an experience doing this when I was a bit smaller. I was like, okay, I really want to collab with this person.
With me?
Let me just
What?
let me just spitball it, all right? And this was one of the only times that I've done this.
Info is dead. Oh no.
If you've ever heard of Posey Higanbana,
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
she did a rap song that was pretty popular. But Posey Higanbana, she was an indie, and I sent her a message. I was like, she's not gonna respond. She's not gonna respond. And then she responded. And I'm like, but well, actually, okay. First off, I sent her the messages, and then she didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I found out later that it was completely drowned because I actually talked to her through her stream. Because she was smaller and she could actually read chat. But and so she actually went back and found my messages, and then we started talking, and it was like I was fangirling out the ass. And
funny.
However, at the time, this was about the time that she was graduating. She was getting ready to graduate, actually.
Oh.
No one knew it yet, but she was getting ready to graduate like the next month.
Yeah.
So she was so sweet. She was the sweetest thing. But unfortunately, we didn't get to do it before she graduated.
Yeah.
But God, it would have been so cool. And I do have another note on that, but I'll tell you after the podcast. And it just would have been cool. All right.
Yeah. That's the real issue, though, is that when you want to collab with someone, how do you start that? Just like, hey, I saw you randomly. I haven't tweeted a single thing about your account. I haven't liked any of your pictures or whatever. But I would love to collaborate with you.
Like, you look like a cloud chaser.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You
really
look
do.
like a cloud chaser.
What I like to do is I'll go to their channel. I'll find them randomly on a tweet on my timeline, and I'll like their tweet. And then I'll see what else they tweet, and I'll like a few things if I like it. I'll retweet a couple stuff if they want to. And I'll wait maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 days before I try reaching out. But usually I'll wait till they reply to me when I comment on their post.
You have to play mental gymnastics.
Right. Like the second that they recognize me, that's when I go, okay, we're making progress. I don't do immediate. Immediate doesn't work for me. I mean, when Zentreya said her thing about wanting to start collaborating with people, I jumped on that.
I don't feel like I'm big enough to jump on that.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that I think she said something about no size. Size doesn't matter or whatever.
I didn't see I also didn't see the post.
Okay.
I didn't end up seeing the post. Thank you,
you come onto our stream, the Degeneration Podcast, and you expect us to be Seiso after saying something like that. You expect us to. Okay.
Hey, what did I say?
Well, you didn't. But now you did.
I caught it. I was still processing it as you were saying it. Nah, don't worry about it, V. Don't worry about it. You're a sweet, wholesome bean.
Yeah.
What did I say?
It is so funny.
What did I say?
Said it like that.
Jump.
Oh God.
Okay.
We're
whatever.
fine. We're fine.
Jump on it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Nope.
Jump on it.
But basically, I would love to collaborate with Hololive, Hololive and VShojo. But I think it would be difficult collaborating with Zentreya because her responses come delayed. She has to say it through the voice changer thing.
Well, it's not that
changer, but
That's the thing. It's not that delayed because it's voice to text to voice.
Yeah.
It's voice to text to speech. So it's not
And
that delayed. It's only like a second.
And did she ever explain, like she doesn't need to explain, but did she ever explain why she does that?
Just anonymity, basically.
Anonymity. Okay.
Yeah, she explained that. I think she's explained it a few times, but the part where I really saw it was on Anthony Padilla's interview.
Okay.
Spending a day with VTubers.
Okay, yeah, because I thought at first it was like a language barrier.
No.
Like, I don't know why, but in my back of my head, I thought she was Russian.
I think she's Russian.
Okay.
Because she had the whole like Russian aesthetic when she first started out and stuff.
Yeah. But then I thought that was connected to like she was speaking Russian, so nobody could understand her. So, I mean, that could be the case, but also a form of anonymity, but whatever. Anyway. Yeah, so that is the basic, that is my thing, is that basically, if I'm going to collab with anybody, it's going to be when we first establish what the current status of the relationship is. Are we acquaintances? Are we friends? What are we? Where does that go? If we're random strangers and we just met,
Wait,
that's
hold
gonna
on.
be a
You're talking
problem.
about us being in a relationship. I'm sorry. I know that you. I know that
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm married
are
to my
attracted to me.
I'm sorry, I'm taken.
Unfortunately, as much as flattered as I am, I'm gonna have to know you
Pass.
better first. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Sadly, that's exactly what Twitter is. It's like, what is the relationship? How do I know you?
Honestly, I do
Exactly,
have to
yeah.
say this. I have never said this on stream, I don't think. But I actually have sort of a situation like that with Vivi.
Oh,
with
yeah, that's
with
so funny.
Vivi-chan. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out if we're friends or we work acquaintances. I'm not sure. I don't want to push it any further than I would like to.
Yeah.
Would you
I don't
kiss
wanna,
me,
you know-
please?
Ah!
You
But
know, that sort of thing.
I would have to say that
That's just
everybody
fun.
that I've met and everybody that I've collabed with and encountered, I would have to say that we're at what I call VTuber status.
VTuber status.
No, because if you think about it,
What
the
does that
VTuber
mean?
community is different than any other kind of community that I've ever encountered IRL.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we are hobbyists. We do it as a hobby. We do it as a small business. We do it for actual work. We do it for fun. We do it for just the friendship. There's a bunch of different things that we are as VTubers.
Wait, are
So-
you trying to say that the goal was the friends that we made along the way?
Oh my
Technically
god.
speaking, yes.
Oh my gosh, you
But-
are an anime character.
Oh my gosh. But basically, my whole thing is, as soon as you become a new VTuber, no, you're not a new VTuber, you are a VTuber.
Yeah.
That is the point. So,
Technically,
are
that's
on
going to
a-
be me in a few hours.
oh, there you go.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
my whole thing is, automatically, I view you as a VTuber. You have entered the realm of a VTuber. And that basically makes you an acquaintance automatically. Because usually, when I welcome them as a V greeter, or I call myself a V host now, because I'm like a host of the VTuber community. I also greet people. But I would say, hey, how are you doing? And I like to meet people. So automatically we become VTuber acquaintances. So it's like a business friend, business acquaintance, and etc. But once somebody says, hey, we're friends, I actually have to analyze it. I'm like, how long have we known each other?
Are we actually friends?
Are we actually friends, or are you trying to clout chase me? That's the
Yeah.
problem that I'm finding, because I'm like, how? Because I actually don't think about this. Like, because when somebody told me I was a cornerstone, I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I highly doubt that.
it is
and then-
crazy to hear that.
Yeah, and then when somebody told me like, you're my favorite VTuber, I'm like, wait,
It's
what?
like,
Hold on.
How?
And then
Wait, but there are others.
I get that too.
There
I'm
are
like,
other
yeah,
VTubers,
exactly.
you know, right?
How am I your favorite VTuber? That
exactly,
make no
and then
sense.
okay, these are the things that always throw me for a loop. You're my favorite VTuber. You're the reason I started watching VTubing.
I
You're
love
a
that one,
cornerstone of the
actually.
community. You deserve more viewers. And why are you doing this full time?
Oh,
Somebody-
yeah,
people-
Noel, you are my favorite VTuber, by the way.
There you go.
Aw.
But
Why?
also, he's my
Aw,
kind of
but why?
really good.
Is your
Uh,
taste broken?
So yeah,
Do you have
I-
COVID?
I
think your
is-
taste
is
might
your-
be off.
is your taste okay, brother?
Is your taste okay, brother?
I'm pretty sure that no. Actually, I think I'm a little delirious from work.
Oh dear.
Probably.
But the thing that always gets me is when somebody asks me, "Hey, do you do this full time?" And I just go, "I wish."
I wish.
Yeah, I wish.
God. I wish I was making enough money to do that. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I do want to make VTubing a part-time thing because of my financial situation. I actually
Mhm.
have to make this into a small business. But I would love to do this full-time if I could.
It's like prime
This is
time, do or die
insane.
time.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I've been told ever since I was young, I have the voice for entertainment, and I have the voice for radio. So
That is
I would love to
great.
be an entertainer. I would love to be an entertainer and just have fun with everybody. And I'm working to get my comedy out because I used to do jokes like crazy, and I still do. But in 2022, I don't know what funny is anymore. Ever since 2016,
Oh, our
The year
comedy's
broke-
broken, dude.
yes, ever
Our
since
comedy is
2016, comedy has
bonkers.
been dead. I don't know
Okay,
what's acceptable. I
We
don't know
killed
what works.
that gorilla, and now
Yes.
comedy is dead.
Yes,
Comedy is
but the only
broken.
comedy that I actually know works is why did the vampire eat a light bulb?
Why?
To have a light snack. That's literally the only joke
That's
Fucking
that I know I
stupid.
can use.
okay.
Because it doesn't offend anybody.
So
What? Oh, you're talking about like offending people? Like, what is the?
Oh,
Yeah,
joke?
that's the problem. Because really, if you
Yeah.
think about it, like even this thing with Dave Chappelle,
there.
He-
Yeah.
he's, I don't know what's up with him,
What? Wait, what's
but
happening?
apparently people are
Dave Chappelle?
outrageous with him. Or outraged.
Yeah.
And then all these other people, like, here's the thing that, and please nobody get mad at this, but the only way that any kind of comedy can go around nowadays is if you're crude, use profanity, use
Yeah,
innuendos,
boy.
and insult people.
Ya
Okay, proper
boy.
way.
And you are canceled. All right.
Yeah, that's
kidding,
my
I'm kidding.
comedy.
Yeah,
in
but
general.
my problem is when you
and
try to.
I'm a terrible person.
Oh no. I don't think you understand. I have mastered the form of comedy known as dry humor, and
He
Ah.
just
I do
insults me.
not. No,
Ah.
it's not even that.
It's
Oh, you
mostly
mean
insults.
Canadian humor?
It's no.
humor.
Specifically for conversations with Noel, that's what
Mhm.
happens. In general, like especially in real life, it's
Mhm.
dry humor exclusively, and I don't know any other forms of humor. So it's like, what if you just had a joke, like one joke, but it was a really
Yeah.
good joke?
What even
Yeah.
is humor anymore?
Yeah,
Humor is basically the idea that you can insult somebody, and if you're of that
get
buddy,
away with it.
then you can get away with it.
Yeah.
If you're
Mm-hmm.
not of that buddy, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Because you can be a sum, but you might not be a buddy. That's what I'm actually breaking down the somebody is literally somebody. If you're not buddy with everybody else out there and you're not part of the buddies, you're gone. But if you're
That's a lot of
somebody, you're good.
I am one of those.
You're a buddy.
Well, that's
But-
because I do not offend people,
Mm, Well, I'm
except for when
actually-
I accidentally do.
Except for
Well, I'm
when I
actually-
offend people. But
I
offend
don't.
people.
Okay, so I might, unbeknownst to Noel, I am very pure. I don't-
yeah, unbeknownst to me.
Oh yeah, I don't know, like racial slurs or a
That's the difference
ton of
between you
other
and me.
like.
You don't know any racial slurs.
sensitive
I know all of the racial
topics.
slurs.
Oh, no.
So, like for example, I was in a conversation.
Somebody once told me the
Exactly.
word.
Exactly. So, because this is Seiso, I'm not going to say anything. But the point is that I came out of it, and my friends are like,
Did you
Bro.
accidentally say a racial slur?
Oh no, I
that
didn't
what
even
happened?
say it. I like implied it, and then I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? You guys were all looking at me, and I asked you actively,
Oh wait, was
am I
I
doing
part of this
something wrong?
conversation?
No, we were at Wendy's.
Oh, okay.
And like I had this conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like everyone around me knew that I didn't know what I was talking about, so no one like was offended. But I'm like, guys, tell me beforehand that I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
Yeah, I
Okay,
honestly, the only reason I know a lot of racial slurs is because I'll accidentally like step into like, well, the more obscure ones. I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, I'll
yeah.
step into racial slur territory, and they'll be like, "That's kind of fucked up," and I was like,
Mhm.
"What was I saying? What?"
Well, the scary
He's like,
thing
"That's a
is
racial slur." It's
that
like, what?
here's the thing though,
Why?
is that back in what was this, like the 30s or 40s? There's this Italian slur. I'll tell you what it is. It's San Diego. Take out the San and change it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What?
But I'm Italian, so I can say it. Basically,
Wait, sorry, what did you say? I
like-
forgot.
there was
Okay.
a slur towards Italians because
Yeah.
apparently people thought Italians were deadbeats and whatever, or they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
like Italians, and they
Of
called them
course.
They called them Dagos. So like San Diego, kind of, but it's
What?
Dago.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, what's that even
What-
mean?
Is that Italian for something? I don't know what that is.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, what is this?
It's
What
a
is- I-
complicated highbrow racial slur.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently so, because
But
I didn't feel.
it's
I
horrific.
honestly.
Obviously.
And the scary thing is that I think only once in my life somebody called me that. I don't even know how they figured it out because apparently I look like a cross between a Mexican and something else, Jewish, like Mexican, Jewish, Arabic. Even though I only have
Oh, that
little
is
bit of
Italian.
Yeah, you're pretty Italian.
yeah, technically. But
Sorry, I don't
basically,
speak
I
Italian.
actually found out I do have Jewish in me, and I also have Mexican, and I also have Russian, and a bunch of other stuff as well.
Whoa,
Because
crazy!
you're
part of
What
that-
you look like
that
you have
area.
in you? What?
You're part of that area of the.
Yeah, well, I'm
the
a
fertile
giant
crust.
melting pot.
Oh, wow,
you-
melting pot of genes.
Yeah.
What a fun.
Oh wait,
But
I think I
only-
think I actually used this term with you before, but the white Chex Mix.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
I
Mr.
think-
Worldwide, yes.
Mr.
I
World.
just. I think I just have a lot of Irish
Oh,
and
there you
British.
go.
It's just Irish and
love
British,
that.
man. Like,
Well, the thing is, I look mostly
French.
Irish. I look mostly Irish and also mostly Italian to my family. But to
Mhm.
outsiders that don't know me that well, some people have asked me, "Hey, are you Jewish?" I'll go, I have maybe like 0.1% Jewish in me, because my whole thing is, we all came from Adam and Eve, so technically they were the first ever race.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
really,
'cause you're very
everyone is
Christian.
everybody's race, technically. So
I
really,
thought you were about to make the argument everyone is Jewish, and I was.
well, no, we're all
Technically-
connected via the race.
Technically,
We all have-
everyone is Jewish, therefore I win.
Well, if you think about it, everybody has the same genetic code, but more or less a certain level of
Mhm.
genetic difference.
Well, yeah, because
But we're-
everyone's human.
Yeah, exactly. But we still have that very slight genetic connection of that being in there.
We
my
slowly get
belief.
closer and closer to racist BS.
That's the thing, is that as we
Dumb.
diversified, there were more and more races. So, okay, eventually,
Well, when
Those ones
people
became recessive.
moved,
We're all basically the same person, except
When-
we
when
all have
Technically,
different
we're all clones.
genetic.
We're all clones.
We have different genetic evolutions, essentially.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and then WTF said if we all came from Adam and Eve, technically we all came from the I word. And I have to actually make a comment on that because
Okay.
that's a little interesting. All right, so don't take this the wrong way. But in the beginning, there were only two humans, and God
Yeah.
said, "Go forward and do whatever." So technically, they weren't really related, except for the fact that Eve came from Adam.
Mhm.
Really, it was a development of two different human beings with the same genetic code with slight differences.
Mhm.
So my
Mhm.
belief is Adam and Eve were not brother and sister. They
No.
were the same template
They were the
on a
same
different
person.
genetic graph. Yeah.
So
really,
technically, it's
it
not.
wasn't incest.
It wasn't incest. It was
Genetic
No,
development of cloning. Cloning,
yeah, cloning technically, but
basically.
what is it
Incest.
called? Not so.
Well, the thing is,
well,
Adam
yeah, I
and
guess
Eve's
self-
children. Adam and Eve's children.
Cain and Abel.
Right, Cain and Abel, but then there were other children as well. That became more of just more cloning processing. Because really, incest is when a brother and sister with the same genetic code have issues.
Yeah.
And my belief is that God diversified the genetic code through Adam's children. So that's how we have these different genetic codings. I can't prove that.
Okay.
I can say,
I could give you a better reason.
oh dear, what do you
Oh,
got for
God.
me?
Okay, sorry, this is a biochem mage.
Are we gonna
so-
have the science versus religion?
Oh
argument
no.
here?
Real
not
fast,
really.
can I actually say one last thing? Here's the
Of
thing:
course. Go
God,
ahead.
in the end, around David's time,
Mhm.
like King David's time, said, "Okay, no more incest."
Sure.
Well, he didn't say that, but he basically said, "No more brother and sister. You have to be distant because this is just the way it works." The gene pool has diversified enough where you need to not do similar genetic matches or too close. You need to diversify. He finally said, enough of that. So
Yeah.
God did say, in the end, okay, in the beginning, this is the way it needs to be. Okay, and
Just
then
out
in
of
the end, he
necessity.
said, yeah, and then in the end, God said, okay, genetic palette and genetic tables have been created. Diversify. Don't do same, diversify.
Mhm.
Sure.
And then when you see kids born from incest, you see the genetic differences, like the mutations, and that some people have actually said that is God's way of saying, okay, you did something I told you not to do. This is what your body did in response to that.
Mhm.
Because in my belief is that if you do something God told you not to, you will
Sure.
know it.
Okay. Sure.
That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Whether you know it or not, or you see it or not.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Okay.
It's also based on my experience, because I've done some things God would probably go, not okay, and I've experienced the whiplash.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, I think, what was this? I went after this one girl to be my girlfriend, and I went crazy. And God's like, nope, not yet. Nope, not this person. I was like,
Okay.
nah, it's this person. It's this person.
Yeah.
And I got my hand slapped
Mhm.
Yeah.
in the end.
I believe in a similar thing, but it's like it's similar but not exactly, because I have a slightly different belief system.
Mhm.
Kind of my own belief system, but
Yeah.
this and that. But
Yeah.
I more believe in like karma and kind of fate, mostly fate. Basically fate based on perspective.
Okay, so do you mean fate or destiny?
They're
This is important.
both the same.
It's,
not. Fate implies negative consequences, unavoidable futures, while destiny implies potential and positive futures.
Well, isn't fate more of
Fate.
like, this is the straight line of what's going to happen?
well,
Yes,
it's only a
and
straight line
destiny-
if you know what's on
Destiny.
the line. That's the thing.
Okay, so the
So
difference
like your
between
your destiny is to, or like, embrace your destiny
exactly
versus this is your fate.
That's it. Fate is unavoidable and unchangeable, while destiny
Right.
is something you strive for.
You know,
So,
I
like
believe in
for
fate.
example, fate is whenever not Odysseus, what's his name? Othello
I just
was told that he was going to kill his father and marry his
Right.
mother, right?
Oh yeah.
While destiny is King Arthur being told that he will be the greatest king ever.
right.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is,
more
he
vague.
can't. Yeah, but he can't really change his destiny. He can change his destiny by not picking up the sword.
100%, but if he does, then it will happen.
Right.
Which means that destiny is more positive because it's something you want and it's something you can achieve, and you will know
the thing
it
is-
to be certain, while fate is negative to be
The
avoided.
thing is, what if your destiny is to rule the entire universe and become a warlord and destroy things?
Then yeah,
You-
you can.
As a wise
that
movie
would be your
character
fate.
once said,
It's
ones meet their fate on the path they take to avoid it.
sure,
Right.
yeah, by whatever.
But it could be their destiny
Wise
to
movie
follow their
character.
fate.
Okay, sure.
He was very wise.
He was not very wise.
I love Master Oogway's advice. All
Oh
right?
my gosh!
Master Oogway.
I knew that was
is
familiar
a-
from someone.
Master
I knew that
Oogway
was
is
familiar.
a pinnacle of
I have
ideology.
memorized the majority
Hmm.
of the script.
Maybe it's
Oh
'cause
my
he doesn't have a lot of
gosh.
lines.
Wait, is this a B movie moment? You
No,
memorized
it's
like
not actually. It's I remember the majority of the scenes and the script exclusively because I've watched it so many times.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would have
Um,
to say the same.
But
Master
yeah,
Oogway is a pinnacle of ideology,
gosh.
Yes.
and you
was
can
I-
argue me on that.
Oh right, back to the genetics thing.
Oh,
Mutations. So whenever, like for example,
Oh, jeez.
two
wait.
people come together, right, to
Mhm.
create a baby.
yeah.
They're
Mhm.
when that baby is being created, like during its first stages, when its genetic code is being created and decided upon, every single time a cell is created or splits, there is a chance for a mutation. A very small chance, but a chance nonetheless.
Mhm.
And if the cell multiplies, especially if it's a younger babe, whatever, so the younger that it is, the cell will spread and become the majority of whatever it represents. Like, for example, I got a mutation, a rare mutation, that makes my hair white and my eyes purple because I'm an albino. That's a mutation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Technically, albinos have purple, red, the silver sort of eyes.
Yeah.
And their skin is pale, and they
Mhm.
have normally white or gray colored hair from birth.
Is that coupled with the what is it? The UV issue? Or no?
Yes, yes, because their skin is more
Okay.
sensitive to UV rays.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a mutation.
Mhm.
So these genetic traits will slowly diversify over time, regardless of incest, right?
Mhm.
Incest creates deficiencies if there are
Right.
any present. But if there are not any deficiencies present in the first place, because the genetic code was just created for the first time,
Right.
then it will slowly diversify over time. And since, once again, Abel died, like, Abel's dead, Cain
Yeah.
was cursed to wander the realm, and
Right.
he eventually founded a city with his wife and went away and founded that city, and then Seth founded his own city
Right.
with his own descendants. It's completely
they were able
separate
to-
from one another.
Right. They were able
Their
to
genetic
create a whole
trees-
different genetic pool.
Their genetic trees were different because they spent such a long time apart.
Oh my gosh! Imagine if there was a secret sister, and Abel actually had a not Abel. No, yeah, Abel. Imagine if Abel had a secret child.
That would be really funny. Unfortunately, it never
gosh.
happened.
Yeah. His life was cut short, unfortunately.
It's
Yeah,
actually-
unfortunately, he
this is
was a
actually
kid.
an interesting combination of people, which
Mm.
is basically Christianity, Darwinism, Christianity versus Darwinism versus Grimism, which is basically
Mm.
an amalgamation of the two. It's like a middleman, essentially.
Hmm.
Ramism?
Yes.
Ramus.
I've never heard of that. That's cool.
Yeah, well, one of the main philosophies is believing that the Grim Reaper is the one who guides the souls between hell and heaven. So,
Oh, okay.
yes. It's kind of
Well-
like a combination of Darwinism and Christianity.
Hmm.
It's a big like melting pot of everything I
Oh.
believe. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
But
Whereas Christianity, I think, believes that the which of the angels was it that guides souls? I
I
forget.
think it's
It's one
I
of
don't
the.
really
It's one of the less like the. It's
lesser
one of
known.
the lesser
Cherubim.
angel, like lower angels, right?
It's
Was- it
either
wasn't
I think
Seraphim.
Gabriel is the messenger, Michael is the warrior,
Yeah,
um,
those are the
Seraphim.
quote unquote archangels.
Yeah, that's more in the that's more in the Catholic religion, not so much in the Christian religion.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I actually don't know a lot about the differences between the like quote unquote like what are they called, sects, or what are they called?
Some
Like,
of them
it
are
is
sects.
Christian, like
Some version are
Catholicism
sects.
and, like-
There's difference of there's sects. I'm saying it wrong, but geez,
sects.
yeah. Sects.
Yeah.
That way, just in
Yeah.
case Twitch, in case you're thinking I'm saying the other thing. No. Then there's denomination, and then there's I forgot what the other one was, but really is I don't like it. I don't like any variation of the word
Mhm.
because it's supposed to be not divided. I don't
Yeah.
like the division in Christianity
Well, it's
because
the division,
I believe
it's the division
we need
of,
to be one.
What's it called? It's the division of ideologies.
It's ideology mainly based off of translation of the
Mhm.
Bible, and I'm just like, it's a small fact. Just
kind of.
it's small but also big at the same time. But really, it shouldn't be that much of an argument that you need to divide yourself from other people.
Or do you mean Catholicism versus Protestantism?
Hmm.
Because that's a historical thing.
That
Wait, what was the first one?
Catholicism versus Catholicism versus Protestantism.
Well, here's the thing, and somebody actually mentioned something about this, but when Martin Luther decided to split off from the Catholic Church,
Because he's a weirdo.
well, that's the thing. He wasn't actually a weirdo. He was in the later years when he started getting sick and he
Yeah.
really wasn't really thinking. But when he initially broke off of the Catholic Church, the reason was because they weren't following traditional Christian policy. Because
Yeah.
and not and the rules that were actually set out in the real Bible.
Yeah,
Because
the
they were-
Catholics were just breaking the rules, and so
Right.
he decided, I'm done with this. I'm taking my
Right.
followers and leaving.
Right. And he created what is a variant of actual proper Christianity. But then, of course, that created some controversy, which then created other denominations, which caused more issues.
Mhm.
So,
and now we have like 5 different types of Christianity.
right, and I hate
all
it.
these
And
variations.
that's why I consider myself a non-denominational Christian,
Mhm.
because I'm done with it. I don't care anymore.
You're
You
just
don't
just
care
like-
about the politics, you're just done.
Yeah, I'm just
Mhm.
like, I'm interested in what the Bible says,
Also,
what I personally
7-minute
believe
warning,
based on
by
what
the way.
Oh, 7-minute
yeah,
warning?
go ahead.
Okay. But what I believe is this. What's in the Bible, what I understand of the Bible, is what's there. And I try to get as close to the original translation as I possibly can. I'm like, this is what is believed. I don't care about the politics. I don't care about anything else. I just care about the gospel and what it means. That's it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And whatever I can read.
I actually was on YouTube and I started like recently because I'm doing a campaign based on
Inferno Dice.
Inferno Dice, which is loosely based on Christian hell.
Yeah.
And what I discovered,
Dante's Inferno.
let me get to it. Let me get to it.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
What I discovered that I didn't know
Spoiler!
before,
Spoiler alert!
because it was a few videos that I watched about this. I think he was a preacher, but he was basically
Yeah.
giving like just the raw information about what was in the Bible and stuff, not trying to
Mhm.
like sway anyone or anything. But I got an entire 1 hour and a half rundown of Dante's Inferno, and before listening to that, I didn't know that the whole 9 Circles of Hell thing was from Dante's Inferno. He
I just
made
thought
all
it was
that
in the
up.
Bible. Yeah.
I genuinely thought there were 9 Circles of Hell before I heard about that. I was like, huh, this is just fan fiction, huh?
Mhm. But really, here
Yeah.
my belief system is very simple. There's a heaven, there's a hell, there's earth. That's
Mhm.
it. There is
Okay.
no If anything, purgatory is earth. We're in purgatory.
That's actually
Okay.
interesting
Technically
because I
speaking.
have I have a
Wait, I'm sorry.
I actually
So-
have the opposite ideology.
Catholic.
I actually have-
do you?
I actually have the opposite ideology, where it's heaven. Well, where this place called Limbo
Yes, limbo.
is purgatory. Like we have heaven,
Mm-hmm.
hell. We have heaven, hell, earth, and limbo.
By
as
the way, Limbo
separate
is the
places.
first. Limbo is technically the first layer of hell, but continue.
Yes.
According to Dante's
Well, then
Inferno.
Yeah,
we're here.
according to
We're
the-
in limbo.
according to
Dante's Inferno.
according to Dante's Inferno. But in my
Mm.
my ideology, limbo is just this place of just complete nothingness.
Yeah.
Complete darkness.
As
And
is most.
That's actually implemented in a lot of my stories.
But the hell is complete darkness?
No, limbo is complete darkness.
Oh, limbo is complete. What a
Yes.
limbo? Limbo.
Limbo. My stories do add quite a few things to limbo because limbo becomes a prominent place because quite a few of my characters are
In limbo?
reapers, and in the story, reapers have a very vast connection with limbo because they are the in between angels and demons.
Yeah.
They're the in between that isn't humans, essentially.
Mm.
So they have like a very big connection to limbo in my stories, but
Mm. Well, when I saw Limbo, I don't know if anybody knows, but there's this place called the Judgment Seat, which is basically when you're judged based on the sins that you've committed on Earth,
Oh, okay,
And
so
whether-
Anubis.
technically. But basically, it's supposed to be like, this is the book of all your sins. But did you accept Christ and, go through the whole gospel, repent of your sins and whatever, and therefore saved? If you're saved, all your sins are washed away, you're allowed to go in, everything is perfect. If
Mhm.
not, though, that's when you're said, okay, these are your sins, you have to be held accountable for them, down to hell you go. My belief is that the judgment chamber, the judgment seat, is limbo.
Okay.
Because you're not in heaven or hell. Because technically speaking, you just died. So your soul can't go up or down yet.
Mhm.
You need to be judged. So that is limbo,
Good question.
in my opinion.
Why up
Yeah.
or down?
Oh, well, that's just what people imagine is up
Ah.
and down. My
Yeah,
belief
that's just how it's described. as,
Right,
like,
'cause they say-
things are up and down.
But
Like,
it's also
like
a
even the
metaphor.
ranking of angels.
Yeah.
It's up and down
Well,
depending on how
Yeah, but
close
then
you are
also,
to
whenever
God.
they said, but also they say, look into the heavens, which is reference to the sky, and it's called
Mhm.
heaven. So they assume heaven is in the sky of the heavens.
Mhm.
So they
That's
think
fair
up.
enough.
And also,
I-
the angels typically come from the sky.
Yeah.
Like in visions.
I
Yeah.
I think that it might just be a sort of
It's a realm.
It's a
I think it's
coincidence.
It's a
just
whole separate
synonymous.
dimension.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's more or less synonymous with the idea heavens, right? For
Right.
ancient civilizations, the
Mhm.
time that heaven is supposed to be up.
Well, even in
Right.
the
Even
Tower
though
of
it isn't.
Babel, like
Even
they,
though it
they
isn't.
made a
Yeah.
tower up.
Yeah, straight up.
And it's not the fact that they were going to reach God. It's the fact that
Yeah.
they were trying that made God
Mhm.
upset his
Right.
spaghetti.
Life
Yeah,
advice.
they
What
said-
is
yeah.
love? Oh god.
Oh no, what is
What is
love?
Hmm.
Don't hurt me. No more.
Yeah.
Baby, don't hurt me.
I mean,
But
after all,
basically-
if it were that easy to
Mhm.
find God, then we could
Yeah.
just take a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not
Well,
how
the
that works.
scary thing was that
Mhm.
God saw what they were doing at Tower of Babel, and I honestly believe He would have let them kept building the tower, because it's a tower, it's a building. He knows it can't reach them. It can't reach
Yeah.
him.
Mhm.
But the fact of why they were building it,
It
they
was
wanted to be on equal footing with God, which
Yeah.
is the same issue that Adam and Eve had. They
Well,
ate the apple
which is the
because
same
they were
issue
promised they
that
would be God.
Lucifer had.
Exactly.
well,
Well, technically, he wanted to overthrow. God, but-
Samael
Yeah.
or Samuel. No, it's so sad. His name was Samuel.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Tiger
the
Bat, love is
Lightbringer.
whatever you wish it to be.
He got Lucifer after he was cast down.
Oh no. It's his official name was supposed to be Lucifer. Then when he
Yeah.
got cast down, he became Satan.
Yeah. Me and Finley had to have a whole conversation about this because a while
Oh, dear.
back
Samael
I
is.
didn't
my
understand
bad.
the
That's the
concept.
angel of death.
I was like, wait, so are Lucifer and like Satan and like the devil different people?
Oh yeah,
or,
no,
like, what's
no,
going
no.
on
that,
here?
that is
No,
actually
they're not.
what I had with him. Yeah, the conversation that we had over Lucifer's many different names of Beelzebub,
Mhm.
Diablo, etc.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Beelzebub is supposed to be the prince of demons. So
Yeah.
the son of Satan.
Yeah.
Technically,
So-
but with that exception, every other name for Lucifer or Satan is Satan.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like devil, Satan, Lucifer. Because I believe it was
Diablo,
what was it? Lucifer
which is just
Morningstar. Lucifer Morningstar. That was his apparent official title. I don't know for certain. I just know
Okay.
it was Lucifer.
Okay.
He was supposed to. He was supposed to be the morning star, the most beautiful of all angels. That's
yeah,
what made him
that's
prideful.
what he was described
Okay,
as.
so the character from DC Comics
I remember that. Yeah.
is called Lucifer Morningstar,
Mhm.
Literally
which is
just
a
words.
reference to his title, Lucifer the Morningstar.
Yeah, the morning star.
Yeah.
His name isn't Lucifer Morningstar. That's
Yeah, it's just Lucifer.
Just Lucifer.
Yeah, it's just Lucifer, but his title was
Is
the
Morning
morning
Star.
star.
Exactly.
Because he was the most
It's
beautiful.
it's taking it literally. He is the star of morn. Or
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Tiger Bat was like, he was supposed to be a nice guy until he wasn't.
Well, yeah, he
Well,
Well,
was.
yes.
to be honest,
He was the most
to be
beautiful
honest-
angel. He was.
yeah. But then that also created all the things of pride before a fall. Literally, he was prideful, and then he fell.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He was-
they didn't really back then. Like in the Old Testament, they did not use metaphors very well.
No, they really didn't. So they just said he was cast out
Yeah, straight
with
up.
his followers.
Also,
Yeah.
we gotta wrap.
Oh, we
this up.
gotta wrap it up.
Mhm. We can keep talking after, but like
Okay.
podcast.
Oh wait, no, hold on.
What's up?
Fucking do it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Wait, no. No.
We've seen this before.
I will
V.
see myself out. I apologize.
Be
Do you
gone.
Do you wish to see the depths again?
Oh no. Oh, he's gone.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
Oh, he's back.
I do actually need to be here for the end, unfortunately.
Yeah. Anyway. Any last announcements, you two?
Just
yeah,
that I'm
find him
starting.
here.
Yeah. Just so that you guys know, I am starting an event called VTuber Fest, where a bunch of VTubers, during the
VTubers.
last week of yeah, at the very end, the very last week,
October.
for the very end of October, we're going to be doing a celebratory, like full-on week-long event of VTubers that we have planned. I have a VTuber community, not community, committee that is helping me organize it. And yeah, be on the lookout for details for that.
Sick. Finley,
Yeah?
do you have any last announcements?
Okay, guys. Hear me
Uh-oh.
out here. Technically, it has been shortened to 2 days from now. I will stream. Because now it is the 17th.
Oh,
And I'm a genius.
oh,
but-
smart, big brain.
No, but really, I am literally talking with like the artist right now. He already made a sketch of it, and
Ooh,
Already?
yeah.
damn.
Oh, no,
Hard
you
working.
don't understand. This guy is amazing. Like I literally
Oh,
asked
wait,
like last
is-
time. I asked him. I like told him all of the information, and then he's
Wait,
like,
is
"I
it
will
the s-
work on it."
Is it the same
After
guy who did
20
the?
minutes, he gave me a sketch.
Is it the same guy who did the clown Dio?
No.
Okay.
No. That's the JoJo style. It's the same guy who did the previous BBEG, but like I was at work.
Ah.
I ordered a design, right? I
Mhm.
gave him all of the information, and then he's like, "I will get on it." 20 minutes later, I get a rough sketch,
Oh my God,
Whoa.
Jesus Christ!
and then like
what a gamer.
and then like 3 hours later, because I was at work, I respond, "Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Please continue." And then like 4 or 5 hours later, the sketch is done, fully colored in,
Oh
full
my
background.
Bro,
He's crazy. He's insane.
mad lad.
Yeah,
And it's
absolutely.
$25,
Angry person.
and it's great. No. Hold on. I will send it to you, V, because you are not part of the campaign, so you're allowed to see it.
All right.
But
Yay.
Well, anyway,
You
we
can
gotta
see
wrap
the
this
sketch.
up.
Oh yeah,
We gotta
sorry.
wrap this up. So anyway, thank you everyone for coming to this very special episode of the family-friendly Degeneration podcast for the degenerate generation. I will see you guys next time. I'll see you guys on Monday for some Minecraft. I'm gonna be playing quite a while, probably
All right.
more than a 12-hour stream. So look out for that.
See you guys in a bit.
See you
All right,
guys.
see ya.
All right, now where is it?